Hi, I'm Niall from Quick Crop, and today we're going to show you how to make leaf mulch. I love autumn. It's a great time of the year to tidy up the garden and use a lot of that garden waste to turn into material for next year's garden. Okay, so what do we need to build our leaf mold bin? Well, we need wire, galvanized wire, about 3 foot high. It depends, you can go higher if you want. We need clips to fix them onto the posts. A measuring tape, but to be honest, you can do it by foot if you want. A hammer, 3 foot or 4 foot posts. Again, you can go to 5 or 6 foot high if you wanted. A whacker for putting the posts into the ground. If you don't have one of these, the hammer would probably do equally as well. If you're lucky like me, a golden gark or a rake just to pick up your different leaves. And then obviously as many leaves as you can collect. Oh, and don't forget, a cup of tea. So leaf mould is really good for stopping soil erosion and, more importantly, creating extra worms in the area. It also, when it's properly broken down, can be added to your compost heap, giving extra bulk to it, and is a great cover for your beds in the winter, stopping you from losing important nutrients out of the soil. A lot of people, of course, use leaf mulch in the summer when it's rotted down to keep moisture in the beds that they're growing their vegetables in. Mulch will, of course, reduce the pH of your soil, and it adds iron, zinc, copper and other good organic materials to your soil. Trees, as a matter of interest, like good acidic soil, and vegetables like alkaline soil. So if your soil has too high of a pH, leaf mould will bring down the level. Apply mulch at the right time of the year and it will add lots of beneficial microorganisms to your soil. A lot of people use leaf mould to replace peat, and a couple of things to remember in relation to mulching. Trees like bark mulch and paper and cardboard, whereas vegetables like manure, grass, molasses, straw, seaweed and leaf mulch. It's important to remember that leaf mould is not a substitute for compost, but a great addition to it, and that's why a lot of people keep it. But also, it keeps your garden tidy and everything in one place. I love recycling. Okay, so here we go. 10 minutes, we've got our own leaf mulch bin basically. The only thing we're left to do is to take off the wire. One roll of 10-meter wire should do 2 of these if you wanted to do 2, or you're just left with some wire for next season. So we'll just clip that off with our wire clippers, which I forgot to mention earlier. Okay, so just be careful when you're finished to tie back in all of these loose ends here. You don't want a dog or a child or anyone really, a chicken, catching themselves in it, and they're just a little bit precarious, so you just tie them back in to the wire so that, as I said, nobody catches themselves. God forbid you do it yourself either, you know. Okay, so here we are collecting the leaves, and obviously if you've a rake away and fill your wheelbarrow of these. If you don't have one of these, do yourself a favour and get one. It's called a golden gark. No idea why they call it that, but that's what it's called, and they're absolutely brilliant for not just raking up leaves, but for making your life an awful lot easier. In that you just rake it and fill the wheelbarrow. Makes my life a lot easier as I get a little bit older. And believe it or not, the kids love using these too. So I used to spend hours raking up with my rake, getting caught in the ground and everything. Just doesn't seem to happen with the golden gark, and I can collect the garden leaves in half the time I used to.